Come on. What up, everybody? Big Lou tapping on in. What it do with Big Lou NFCR2? Baby, baby. You already know. First time you're coming to the channel, we highly appreciate it if you sub, like, to share the channel with your family, friends, folks, peoples, gente, uh, buddies, pals, amigos, panas. So, so doing my little dog duty. Gotta bring her out and use the restroom. Still working on the peeing in the house, but it's getting a little better. Getting better. So yeah, it was a little more sunnier when I went in, so I grabbed the shades when I came out. Now it's windier and the sun kind of died off. So here we are. Let me see if I can brighten this up. Oh, that's it. How's the picture look? It looks all right, guys. It's real bright out here. So here we go. So we got Carlos tapped in. We got Alexander Warren, who is from Warren's Finest Kennels, who I got I got my girl from. She's right here. You guys see her? I think you can see her. Can you see her? Yeah. There she is. So she's a real good dog, man. I'm very, very happy with this dog. Great temperament, excellent temperament. She's not wild and rambunctious and stuff like that. And then with the kids, she's excellent with the kids. Great. Literally, they feed her treats. When they give her the treats, she takes it right out their hand real easy. Either by they can hold it with the finger, with their fingers, or they can put it in the palm of their hand. She takes it away. Very delicate. She don't a lot of dogs, you got to teach them. They kind of chomp. She don't do any of that. So that's a big plus. She's very protective. She stays around close to everybody at all times. Literally when I walk her, man, she's right on my side. But she's gonna be a big dog. What they call an XL. The bully in the bully game, they got different sizes. When you go to the shows, they have a lot of different names, but the main ones are the pocket bullies, which are the short ones. They're probably 16 inches from the withers, depending if it's a male or female. They can weigh anywhere from and the weight doesn't matter on this, people. It's the height, it's the length, their height from their withers. They can weigh anywhere between a pocket bully. They can weigh up to 80 pounds, 70 pounds, which I don't believe is healthy for a dog that size to weigh 80 pounds. Because a lot of the bullies, the smaller ones. What up, Sundown? So this is my new dog, Sundown. Let's see, can you see her? That's my little girl. Her name's Daisy. She's 5 months old. So they have the pocket bully. I don't recommend if you got a pocket bully, man, at 15, 16 inches in height, to let your dog get up to 70, 80 pounds. I don't think that's healthy. Plus, a lot of the bullies, when there's the smaller ones, pockets and micro and exotic and all these different names they got for these pocket bullies. For these bullies, a lot of them show more of the bulldog traits, and they have a problem breathing and stuff like that. They breathe real hard like bulldogs do, English bulldogs. So anyways, they have the pocket bully, which I said, it's 16 inches, 17 inches, 15 inches from the withers, depending if it's a male or female. And then you have the classic, which is about, I want to say 18 inches, a little more. It depends, because I've seen some that are a little more thinner, on the thinner side when it comes to the classics. And then you got the standard. The standards are about 18, 19 inches, 20, maybe even 20 inches for a male. And then females are an inch or two smaller. And then you got the XL. The XLs are 21 inches, 20 and a half, 21 inches to 22, 23 inches. And then anything over that, some people call them the double XL, but they don't really recognize that. It's not a real terminology as far as the American Bully Kennel Club, which that's what I have papers on her, American Bully Kennel Club. They don't recognize double XL. But when you say double XL, that's because they're huge. Like that dog, the Hulk, his son Kong, rest in peace. There's a lot of famous XL bullies that are been in the mainstream. Lot of like they produced a lot of puppies. Over the years, man. Some of these dogs have literally hundreds of puppies that they've bred with multiple females out of different kennels. Some guys keep the dog, in their own kennel till they build their program, whatever the program is with their kennel. Let's see who we got in the house here. We got Disco El Super Bisto. What's happening? Of course, we got Sundown. We got Dragon Reborn 1982. We got Big Güero Duran. Okay, see, Dragon Reborn 82 said he has a cane corso. Those suckers are huge, man. They look like, some people, if they don't know, they're gonna say that they're gonna call them pit bulls, right? If the people don't know what you're talking about. Just like back when I was a kid, man, the American Bulldogs, a lot of those look like big old overgrown pit bulls, right? But then you got different American Bulldogs where their faces are more pushed in, like somewhat look like Turner and Hooch, that movie Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks. They kind of resemble that a little bit, their face. So you got those I don't know how to pronounce the name right, but barbell. You got Cane Corsos, and then you got the American Bulldog. Like I said, you got even it's been proven that over the years with these bullies that they introduced the Rottweiler bloodline, and that's how you get the tricolor, the tricolors. With how the Rottweilers come black with the rust color, and then they got and a lot of people don't know this. The Rottweilers and Dobermans come in two colors. Everybody's just used to seeing the black ones with the rust color, but you got the brown with the rust, right? And so a lot of the bullies now they have that color introduced into their bloodline, which I think is a tight ass color. But then you got the tri blues, and then you got the new colors called, you got champagne, you got what they call that, piebald or something like that. I don't know. There's colors I never seen before. When I was growing up as a kid, man, and that's another thing too. The black and white dogs are making a big comeback. When I was a kid, you see a lot of black and white pit bulls. You see brindles, right? They kind of died out when the red ones started coming around, the red noses, and then also they had a big wave when the blue ones came out, right? Which that's what she is. She's gray. She's gray, but most of her head's white, and then she's got the blue nose, right? So her father's about 140, 150 pound male. That's the thumbnail. Is the parents. The father's name, he goes by Sickness. That's his name. I know his owner. I was in the joint with him. And then the owner to the mother, I was in the pen with him. He blessed me with this dog. Blessed me. I mean, superly blessed me. So they had the dogs together when they went to breed them. And so the mother's like about a build 20, Mama June, and the pops is like a build 40, build 50. His name is Sickness. So she's gonna be a big dog. She's gonna be at least 100-pound dog. I'm not gonna allow her just to be lazy though. I'm gonna work her. The last few days I was taking her over here and running her up and down these steps. They're like they're not really like steps, like stair steps. They're steps like they're about probably 18 inches off the ground. So there's about 4 of them, and she ran up and down of them, both going down, coming back. I did it about 4 or 5 times, and then later I brought her again. And then my daughter got her to jump on these little boxes they have over here. So we're gonna make her an active dog. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that's what you want your dog to be, lazy and lay around. Hey, more power to you. But I want her to be able to get a little active with it, a little jiggy with it when the time comes. Like, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go today or tomorrow. We're gonna go to this park over here. They got this nice big park. It's the neighboring town. At one point, it was all one town, and now they incorporated another town on the outskirts of this town, and they got a nice park out there where they have a big basketball court, big tennis court, and then they got like somewhat of a little trail type deal. So we're gonna take her out there, and I'm trying to introduce her. Like the last few days, I've been taking her to school when I pick up my kid and my daughter, and I'll park at the very opposite end of the park because the school's right across the street. And then that way I walk her through the park. And then when I get over there to where the playground area is, I put her back on the leash. And then that way she gets used to seeing all the kids, the multiple kids running around and stuff like that. So she don't get, because you got to introduce your dogs to all these different sounds and different, movements. You know what I mean? They see people running, kids running, all the loud noises, until you introduce them to it, and you have to take them around it a good 3 or 4 times a week, I would say. They got to get used to all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? but she's good, real good with the kids. She's real good with the so far with other dogs. You know, she was raised up with her because originally my partner was gonna keep her. And he has the brother as well, but the brother, he ended up keeping the brother, let me get her, and the brother stays in the house, and then is the house dog. He came out all white. Her brother, he named him Blanco. Uh, and the mom, there's a mom and a sister. Well, the sister is from a different litter, and she has a different father. So she was raised up with them. So she's accustomed to being around other dogs. Um, my son might be coming down tomorrow and bringing his dog. We're gonna go get her shots taken care of and get her license and stuff. So I got all this taken care of with her already. She got her rabies. I got her rabies done already. Then I went and got her licensed at the city. And she has everything. All her shots are up to date. So she's, that's important to be responsible with your animal, right? It's like having another kid. And I went, she has everything she needs. A little dog bed. She has her crate. So what I'm thinking is putting her in the crate. I'm going to start putting her in the crate at night, like when we go to bed. And then when we wake up, take her straight outside. I think that'll help her out with the peeing inside. Now it's getting sunny again. But yeah, so I dropped the thumbnail on there, or the description of the channel was like, these dogs get this bad rap over these years, man. And, and a lot of it is justified. There's been some terrible situations with, pit bulls and American Pit Bull Terriers and Staffordshire Terriers. Where you at? Daisy. Oh, she's right behind me. I'm thinking she's gone. She's right behind me. Yes, bro, get the shots and paper straight. Yeah, I got all that done. Because and let's be real, let's be honest about it. This is an investment. You know what I mean? These are expensive dogs. Everything costs when it comes to these dogs. You want to get, if you decide you want a breeder, there's the best way to do it is the artificial inseminations, and then you got to get the C-section. So it's better just to have an appointment to do the C-section and do it right, because if you try to let her have the puppies naturally and then she starts having problems, you're going to have to take her to the hospital. And because you don't have an appointment, they're going to knock the crap out of you with the bill. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we'll see when that time comes, but definitely not going to rush into it. Not going to let her breed the first heat and not the second heat either. If anything, it'll be the third heat when she's well mature enough. You know what I mean? Like close to 2 years old by that time. And we'll go from there. And I want to look for a big gray male, big blue, blue nose gray male. Unless, you never know, unless Merles are tight. I don't know if you guys know what that Merle color is, but her grandfather is a Merle. And I have pictures. Obviously, you guys see the pictures of her parents. So I have, I posted those pictures. So I have pictures of her parents, and I got pictures of her grandparents on both sides. And I have paperwork wise on the pedigree. I have like 6-7 generations going back on her pedigree with all her grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents, great 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 grandparents, so on and so forth. And so that's important to to know where your dog comes from. Also, they got a lot of things now too where you can do tests on the dog to find out what traits they carry. If they carry the double D, lower uppercase D's, that means they carry the diluted trait, which is, for example, the Merle color. If it's it'll tell you how big the dog's going to be. If it's a double uppercase N, then that tells you that it's going to be a large dog, 100-pound dog plus. If it's like a capital N and a lowercase I believe it is, that means it's going to be a big dog, but not a like a double XL, for example. Weight wise, it'll be like 80 pounds, 75 pounds. You know what I mean? Which is still pretty big for a female. So that's what's going on with her. But I was saying in another video that we didn't use the word bully, like that word bully. And I'll be honest with everybody, when they say American bullies or bully dogs, I was under the impression all these years, because I'll be honest, I just barely heard that word, that terminology bully, about probably 10 years ago, right? And my understanding of it was just the short ones, like the pocket bullies, and then under the smaller ones. So that tells me that all along, because they say the bully's been around for 30 years. And another thing is, and I know this is true, is that, like I mentioned before too, American Pit Bull Terrier or a Staffordshire Terrier, a male is only supposed to weigh like 50 to 60 pounds, and a female like 45 to 55 pounds. You know what I mean? So when you get these big, and they're usually cut up, and I use Bruce Lee as an example because he's, he's all cut up. He's not like a Bolo Ying, for example. That would be a double XL, a larger dog, right? Like he's a larger person. So what they end up doing was to get these bigger dogs. So me thinking back, so I made a comment the other day that I had, this is my fourth pit bull / American bully that I've had that was my dog, personally my dog. And I mentioned that I had more dogs than that, as far as pit bull American bullies, but they weren't like my dog, like where I had them, I took care of them, but I had them for different reasons. For some, this male might have matched up better with this female because they were shorter. This big male matched better with this big female because they were bigger, things like that. And so I would get dogs here and there, trade dogs. But my main dog was the 4 that I had. But then when I started thinking about it, no, this is actually my sixth. This is actually my 6th one. So I had, the first one I had was Moki. She was more of a, she was tall and long. Wasn't real heavy. She was probably about 65 pounds, maybe 70. So she fit more. And I was told that she was a Kobe. And what they say Kobe's are the ones that they have longer snouts and they were bred more to fight. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is. So if anybody heard any of that, drop it in the comments. Are you up on Royal Kennel? I heard of that. I haven't really watched anything of their videos or anything. The ones that I've been watching, and I've been watching a lot of, is QBNK, Quality Bully Nation Kennel, and it's a cat out of Cleveland, Texas. His name's Raul. He has some badass dogs, man. I mean, the females look like males. I mean, big old heads, thick necks. I mean, they're bad, and he covers everything for you. Breeding, the reality of becoming a breeder. You're not gonna make no money until your 2nd, 3rd year into it. Sometimes a little bit longer. He goes over the diets. He goes over everything. I mean, any and everything you could think of. And then I watch the other channel. I watch is Fit Bully TV, and it's a cat named Trevor. They're also in Texas, and I believe he's from Kansas City originally. But he goes over more on, he wants his dogs. He don't trip on head sizes. He don't trip on weight. He has a pocket. He has a pocket named Balu, and he bred him to a standard female, and he used both their traits to make a better dog. So he kept 3 puppies out of it. 2 he kept personally. One's named Bam Bam, one's named Cha Cha, and they're already bigger than the dad at 5 months old. And the 3rd puppy is Tut, and one of his kennel partners has that one. So he gives up a lot. He also even speaks to other breeders. There's a guy named Chris Moore who's I can't think of the name of his kennel, but he breeds bulldogs, Old English bulldogs and American bulldogs. He got every bulldog you can think of between those 2 breeds, the American and the English, the different styles. And he gives up a lot of information as well. So I just been soaking up things. And then so back to what I was saying. So my main one was Moki. She was kind of like she was American Pit Bull Terrier, red nose. She was white with the brown spots. And then I had Funny, who was a brindle, and he would be considered either a pocket or the one underneath the pocket. And he had a big head and big chest, but we called him Funny because he was like funny built. Like, he had a huge head for his size and a big chest, but he was small. You know what I mean? And then the 3rd one was my dog Rojo, who was which means red. He was I had him about 6 years. Unfortunately, I went to the pen one year and he went to doggy jail. And I don't know what happened there. If he was ever adopted, I don't think so, because at that time, that city, Stockton, I don't think they were adopting pit bulls out, because they're going to call it a pit bull. That's what they do, but he was well-mannered. He had a great temperament on him. So if they went by the tests they give the dogs, I think he had a good chance of getting rescued, you know what I mean? Or either to a rescue center or adoption, because he was a good dog, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I had him trained to attack if I told him to. And he was, and he did his thing that way. But as far as his temperament, he was well mannered. You know what I mean? All that. So I'm hoping that he was able to move on with his life, and he wasn't put down. But I don't know. And at that time, he was 2006. He was already like 5 years old. So if he was still alive to this day, he would be like 21, 22 years old. So I don't think he's alive. Probably, you know what I mean? They don't live that long. Then you figure that'd be over 100 years old, right? They say each human years is 7 years in doggy years. That's what they say. So 20, it's 140 years old. So he wouldn't have lived that long. Maybe 12, maybe, you know what I mean? So that was my third dog. And then I had Shorty, who was another pocket. I had Shorty, and I had Ruby Red. And Ruby Red was Rojo's niece. And Rojo, Ruby Red. Okay, so let me backtrack. So at one point, those 4 dogs were together. Not Ruby Red, but Moke, Funny, Rojo, and Shorty. I had them all together. Mokey and Funny and Rojo would run together. Rojo was still a puppy at the time. He was like 8 months old. 8 months old when the other 2 got shot by the cops. And then Shorty was in the back, and I had her on a cable because Moke and her, they would fight. So I had to. Well, they never did fight or even come close to fighting, but I kept them separate just because I didn't want that to happen. And so it was separate, the yards, the front. It was all at 1.1 yard, but then I put a fence between it. I had a fence built. And then on the other side of the yard, I had a kennel there so that people could, dogs, anybody couldn't just walk through on that side. So I would put one dog in there. I had a male in there, and I had to keep him and Rojo separate. This was later because I didn't want them to fight. So anyways, those 2 dogs get shot. The other 2 dogs gets taken to the pound. I get them out the next day because of I don't even know why they took them to the pound. I know why, but I don't know why. They just wanted me to spend money, because it was part of their case, whatever. So I get them out the next day, and then they lived together. They ran together for a while. Then later on, I get Ruby Red, which was Rojo's niece, and these guys were getting out of the yard all the time. And I could never figure out how the hell they were getting out of the yard. And then by the time I did figure it out, Ruby Red and Shorty never came back. I don't know what happened. Rojo came back and got back into the yard. And then I finally found out how they were getting out of the yard. They were going up underneath the fence, the cyclone fence, Rojo probably was getting his head underneath, or one of them were, and then, pushing it up. And then they would all 3 go underneath and take off. And who knows how long they were gone on different times. But I finally figured it out, but it was too late. So what I ended up doing was driving stakes into the ground with some chicken wire, thicker than chicken wire though, and wrapping it around the stake, and that would keep them from being able to pop it up with their head. And then it was just Rojo from the rest of the time on out. And then I even went to jail one time, and the guy who gave them to me was cool enough to pick them up and hold them until I got out, which was almost a year. And then yeah, so that was it with them. And now until now, this is the first time I had a dog since then. So you're talking 2006. So you're talking what is that now? 17 years almost. Well, we'll say 16 because this year just started. So this is my first dog since then. But I was speaking. I don't really dig the name bully, man, because everything that's associated with the word bully is not good. So you're trying to show people that this breed is a companion breed, it's a great dog. It's not, it doesn't fit what everybody say about it. As far as the all the bad stories that's happened over the years. And I just think they could have came up with a better name than that. You know what I mean? Than the American Bully. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. And all we can do from here is just show that the dogs ain't, they're not that bad. You know what I'm saying? All we can do, they're not bad like the rap people give them. You know what I'm saying? And I think with all the next week, they're gonna have it's a show. They're gonna have a show. I think there's 4 contests next week, next Sunday, whatever day the 11th falls on. And so hopefully we're going to be able to make it up there as a fam and get up there. And okay, I see. Okay, I got you. And we're going to make it up there and check it out, see how it is. She's good. I could take her around other dogs. I don't know if my son's dog, how she'll react. But maybe we'll take her too. I don't know. We'll see. But I know she'll do good. She's pretty good, with other dogs, and she's not scared. She don't get all scary, and that has to do with her coming up with her mom and her sister, and then being around her brother too. You know what I mean? Her brother's got a huge head. My buddy Al sent me a picture of the brother sitting next to the mom in the backseat of his car, and the brother's head is as big as the mom already, and they're still not even 6 months old yet. They're still 5 months old. I mean, they're pushing up on 6 months in a few days, but they're still, but that's, I got the female and he's the male. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Body wise, they're probably about the same, but his head is bigger, and he ended up coming out all white. So yeah, I want to take her to probably a gray one, a big, huge, gray male, 120 pounds at least, and go from there, and if everything works out right at the time, when the puppies come, I'll keep me a few of them, well, a couple of them at least, probably a couple girls, and go from there. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. You guys will know when you see the no-fly zone bully kennel on the map. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's just, I think the name bully, like I said, everything associated with that, still lines up with the narrative of, the dogs being mean and all that. But I just think the more exposure they get, the more that they're seen out in public as, and around people and kids and other dogs, and they're not vicious and all that. It's came a long way, I believe, but you still got the people that are anti, pit bull, anti American bully. But that was the thing with these dogs. And if you check these DNAs, that's what I was saying too earlier. If you check the DNA on these dogs, they come back with like, they'll come back so much American Pit Bull Terrier or Staffordshire Terrier, and then they'll come back with like American Bulldog or Bulldog, English Bulldog, and the percentages are pretty high. It's like, it could be anywhere from the people that I've heard speak on it so far that they have their dogs tested. It's always like between 60 and 70% of one of the Pit Bull breeds. So either American Pit Bull Terrier or Staffordshire Terrier. And then the other part of it is either Bulldog, Barble, however you say that. You know what I mean? It comes back something like that. But they need to be everybody needs to have these dogs, and I think everybody's been doing a good job on it. So far from what I've seen from the dogs that've been around and about, that they show that they're good companion breeds, right? They're not vicious like that. Of course, if you bring a female into heat and you got a couple males around there, of course that's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? There's some scenarios it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And you got to use your common sense when it comes to some of these things. You're talking about dogs, 100-pound plus dogs that, if you have 3 or 4 of them, it's going to be an issue. You know what I mean? It's going to be an issue to stop them. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think the bully community is doing well when it comes to that. So I wanted to just, speak on that a little bit. Oh boy, she got up on the table. On the bench would be. So yeah, these are definitely a great dog for the kids. If it wasn't, I wouldn't even take a chance having my kids get down, putting their faces by theirs, feeding them like that. You know what I mean? Things like that. You know what I mean? But I like I said, I think everybody from this community that have a dog like this, and even some that don't have a dog like this, but they still speak and say good things about him. You know what I mean? You see her? Yeah, she's 50. I don't know if you've seen her. Did you see her, Carl? I'll send you some pictures of her. She's 55 pounds, 5 months old. She's a good dog. She got good structure. Her top line, all that. She's not taught or trained to be in the shows, but I've already got good compliments on her about her structure, her body structure. You know what I mean? On her body structure, and see how calm she is, Carlos. Everybody, see how calm she is. This is her demeanor. She's always just real calm. She's got a great temperament, man. I was blessed with this dog, man. To be real honest with you, I was surprised how well temperament how well she was her temperament, her behavior for being a puppy. You know, because I know, you know, her brother was kept in the house and she was outside, so I just thought that her being a young dog and she was going to be a little, you know, rambunctious and a little crazy. You know, I was expecting that, but no, I mean, it's like night and day when it comes to that. So, yeah, she's real observant. There's an old man over there. And she started tripping. She's seen him, so she's paying attention. And she gets by me like this when it comes to like some stranger or an animal. She sees a dog close by. She gets by me like this, and she puts herself. Well, I'm not standing up right now, but when I'm standing up, she puts her body between me and whatever it is. And so she's got good traits when it comes to that protection. You know, and she's a female. And I don't care what anybody says. You know, if you don't know, then obviously you don't know because you want to make a statement. But girls are way better when it comes to being protective than a male. You know, naturally, I'm saying. I'm not saying something that's taught, but naturally. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple females where it was just the boys couldn't touch them. You know, she's smart too already. She's intelligent. She like, and some things some people might just think it's something nothing as simple. It's like going backwards, for example. Like she don't even have to like takes her just a second to realize, okay, somebody's trying to get by. Let me go backwards because there's not enough space for her to turn around. And she's quick. You know what I mean? Some dogs won't know what to do. You know, so she's, you know, she's showing excellent traits. You know what I mean? She's on point, like Stacey Adams for sure. I'm very happy with this dog, man. Like I said, shouts out to Warren's Finest Kennels in Sacramento. My boy Big Al. And this cat's my boy too. I'm not just saying that. We were in the pen together, and he looked out for me a lot on a lot of different things. Just a good dude, you know what I'm saying? Straight up good dude. It's not about the money with him, you know. It's more about, you know, having his dogs go to a good home, his puppies, and where he knows they're going to be taken care of, and he knows that, you know, they're not going to be done dirty. You know what I mean by that is like some people don't care, you know, the first heat. You know, I heard some guys just saying this the other day, like, well, it's my dog. If I want to breed the dog the first heat, I'm going to do it. Like, that's so wrong in so many ways because you figure your dog is not full grown. So if you're going to breed her the first heat, 8 months old, she's a teenager. Like, would you want your daughter getting pregnant as a teenager? And, you know, they don't know what to do. Like, they don't even, sometimes they're not even going to respond to the puppies at all. If not, you know, right away, if at all. So that means you got to be there and you got to do what the mother's supposed to do, like break open the sack and all that stuff. Sometimes you might have to even put that thing in their mouth and get whatever fluid might be in there out. Like, you know, the thing they use for the babies to get their nose, to clean their nose. You know, there's a few different things you might have to do because that's just too young. 8 months to let your dog get pregnant, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. I think it's got to be at the very least 18 months. You know, and even then, I think it's still too young. I think it should be the third heat. You know, you figure usually dogs go in heat every 6 months. You know, so the third heat would be 18 months. You know, and I'm thinking more like 2 years, 2.5 years old. You know, 24 to 30 months. I think there's no need to rush into it. You're not going to get rich off a litter of puppies, especially not the first litter, because you never produced any puppies with the dog. You know what I mean? You've never produced puppies with the dog, so you have nothing to show. Like, hey, this is what she throws. This is the kind of puppy she has. You know, I mean, yeah, you might be able to find a male that's done that, which that'll help you, but you got to show your dog all along. You know, like I got pictures of her firstborn. Right out the mama's belly. I got pictures of her as a week-old puppy. I got pictures of her as a 6-week-old puppy. I got pictures of her as a month old, 2 months old, 3 months old. You know what I mean? Up until now. And so you got to also too, if you're gonna try to advertise your dog and all that, you got to do it. You have to show videos, not pictures, because pictures don't always do just. They can be sort of photoshopped and such. So you do videos, and then you know, you have them doing different things, different locations, not always at the park. Take them to like the river, take them out to hills, take them out to where there's tall grass, short grass, you know what I mean? All kinds of different things. Show them jumping, show them fetching something, show them run around, show them playing with the flirt pole, you know what I mean? All kinds of different things. But what's up, Nick M? Appreciate you stopping in. So, yeah, she's a good dog, man. She's sitting right there. Sitting right there. So, well, that was one thing I want to talk about. Then we got the NFL. We got the Super Bowl set, right? We got the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So you guys know I'm with the Eagles all the way on this. Chiefs are our division rivals since 1960 when they were the Dallas Texans. If you guys don't know, the Chiefs used to be called the Dallas Texans. And so those are always been our rivals since 60, just as well as the Broncos, as well as the Chargers since 1960. So you're talking 50 plus years, our rivals. So I'm going for the Chiefs. The Eagles. And my little homeboy, my little best friend is growing up. That's his team. She's nice, but you did a good job. Yeah, no doubt. She's taking up the bed. Nope. She's not allowed in the bed. No, heck no, because she's going to be so damn big. When she's already like bumping into me and bumping into things now. She's only 5 months old, 55 pounds. So she's going to be like I said, she's going to be a real close to 100 at least. No problem. You know what I mean? So I don't want her getting, you know what I mean? She's got her bed. You know what I mean? I know some people like to do that, but I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? What's up, Rich DM? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs got it. Never. I'll never go with them dudes. So yeah, you got to have some boundaries because they'll take you give them an inch, they'll take a yard, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so she's not allowed to get on the couch. No jumping. I don't like her to jump at all unless like on people. I'm saying or on the furniture. But you know. I want her. She'll be taken care of. She just ain't gonna be allowed to do that stuff. You know what I mean? Cause she's just gonna be too damn big. You know what I mean? But she'll be good. She'll be taken care of. I want the Eagles too. Yeah. So that's all set, right? Super Bowl. Not this weekend is the Pro Bowl. I believe it's the Pro Bowl because they changed that a couple years back. The Pro Bowl used to be the week after the Super Bowl. Now it's the week before the Super Bowl. And then the Super Bowl will be the 12th next Sunday at 3:30. I don't know yet if I'm going to watch it. I haven't watched any of the playoff games this year. And to be honest, I didn't watch a lot of the Raider games because the way they started out, I just was done with it. You know what I'm saying? You have and then Derek Carr was selected to the Pro Bowl, and he showed up instead of wearing like the Raider gear, he wore like NFL gear, and then they asked him if he was gonna allow the Raiders to extend the extension or something on his contract as far as like dealing him off or something like that. I forgot exactly what it's called, and he said, "Nah, why?" And that was a stupid question. I mean, they're doing him dirty, so why would he give them any type of you know what I mean? Why would he give them any type of slack? You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna deal me off, deal me off. You know what I'm saying? You here know the Pro Bowl is flag. You here know the Pro Bowl is flag. What do you mean flag? Flag football? What do you mean flag? No, I mean it's just like the NBA All-Star game. They go and play around. They don't take it serious. I don't know if that's what you're saying. I don't know. Did you hear it's flag football? Oh, did you hear it's flag football? Nah, I didn't hear that. So the Pro Bowl is gonna be flag football now, huh? Wow. That's that's a trip. That's a trip. Yeah. So yeah, we got that going on, and then the boxing. We just had the light heavyweight unified bout. Well, he's a unified champion. Excuse me. The light heavyweight division. You have Arthur Beterbiev, Russian cat. He had a good fight, man. He fought. I believe Anthony Yarde is Englishman. He's a black dude, but he's from England. Great fight. He ended up getting knocked out, but I mean, I believe he hurt Beterbiev a few times. Beterbiev holds what does he got? He's got the WBC, the WBO, and the IBF. And then Dimitri Bivol has the WBA super belt. So it seems like these guys are going to fight for undisputed at light heavyweight. And this one cat said, he had a video, and he said yeah, exactly, Carlos is soft now. Yeah, that's crazy. He said that if Canelo was gonna hate and try to push for the rematch with Bivol, to keep it from having an undisputed bout at 175 light heavyweight with his fellow Russian. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't think Canelo wants that smoke with that fight again. It's just not going to work out for him. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest here. You know, Canelo is 5'8", 5'9". His body frame is not a light heavyweight. I mean, he's even pushing it, being at super welterweight. Super middleweight. He's pushing it, and not even go as far as to say he's pushing it for a middleweight. But hey, he was able to go in there and capture some belts at middleweight, and he conquered the whole 168 division. You know what I mean? But to be honest, he's like a welterweight. Really welterweight, 5'8", 5'9". Maybe a junior middleweight, which is 154. But yeah, Canelo's too small to fight that dude again. And I heard they were going to put him at the ball was going to come down to super middleweight and fight him. I just don't think, and they're just hoping that he loses that 7 pounds, that it's going to make a difference. But for Bivol, I don't think so. I think he just needs to move on, and then go from there. So that fight might be happening. Bivol and Beterbiev for the undisputed, and then you have Caleb Plant's going to be fighting David Benavidez. They already had the press conference, so it's official. I think they're fighting in March. I think it is. So that's official, right? Those two guys, Canelo already beat Caleb Plant, but they're still elite fighters at that weight size. I would say those two, Canelo, and then you keep hearing Charlo's name, but Charlo's is middleweight, and Charlo hasn't fought in over 2 years. I don't even see how he's still the WBC champion. I'm surprised they haven't stripped him yet of that belt. You have David Morale, the Cuban. He's only got like 10 pro fights, but he's already the WBA champion, the WBA regular champion. So you know what I mean. So you have a few guys there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Ward and Canelo. I mean, I'd probably say Ward because he's from my area. You know what I'm saying? Or he's from our area. You also have I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, but the little Japanese guy, Inoue. I believe it's Inoue. He's supposed to be fighting Stephen Fulton. So these guys are both elite fighters as of right now. He's on the pound for pound list. A lot of guys have him number 1. He's going up in weight to fight Fulton. So that's gonna be a good fight to look forward to. Then you also have Tank Davis supposed to be fighting Ryan Garcia in April. If you go to the Google, it's there. It's been there on the records. But some people, and if you ask Google the question, it'll tell you that they're not signed yet to fight. But I heard Ryan Garcia's dad in the interview saying that it was official. So I don't know. I don't know yet what's up with that. Hopefully they do make that. See, okay, the plan is gonna be a good one. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Lucky Loco, what's up, Lucky Loco? Let's see. Drop your link, Lucky Loco. If you guys haven't, go check out Lucky Loco's channel. He speaks about a lot of indigenous things because he's a Native American. Go check out his channel. Drop your link, Lucky. Let's see. Are you up on Bam Rodriguez? Not. Yeah, somewhat, but not right. Like, what's up with him? Then you also have. Let's see. You said good female fighters tonight. Who's fighting tonight? What female fighters? Yeah, because it doesn't look like the Crawford and Spence fight's gonna happen, man. you know, I'm gonna be honest, man. With Floyd Mayweather, he changed the game of boxing as far as that O. Everybody's scared to death to lose that O, which is understandable, but it's got a little ridiculous, man. And it's wider than that. It's the politics of boxing. If you're a PBC fighter, you're gonna stick. Al Heyman's having his own guys fight each other. They're not letting them cross over to go fight Top Rank or Golden Boy or any of these other ones. So they're keeping their own stable of fighters fighting each other. That's a damn shame, because that way you figure if Al Heyman, if Top Rank, Bob Arum, both fighters are his guys, he don't have to split no money with nobody. Nobody's gonna get. He's gonna get it all. As far as for the promotion wise, you know what I mean? Yeah, Usyk is a bad man. I think Usyk is gonna be the undisputed champ at heavyweight. I think he can beat. Fury. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think. That other. Oh, this is what I was gonna say about that Spence and Crawford fight. So I think Crawford's 35 now, and I think Spence is 32. If you guys remember back when De La Hoya fought Chavez the first time, they considered Chavez over the hill already, and he was only like 33 years old. I'm talking about the first fight. I think he was 33 years old. Right now, he's 60 years old. He was 33 years old the first fight. The second fight, he was like 2 years older, I believe. And they were calling him over the hill already. So you got two guys now that are supposed to be in their, the top of their game, welterweight-wise, right? Spence and Crawford. And they're both, well, one is older than that age, and the other one's right there at that age. It was just a trip how the times have changed, as far as calling a fighter over the hill and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then what I was going to touch on was also on top of all that, what I already had said was about the video I dropped the other day about the cartoon keyboard characters. You know what I'm saying? These people, you got a lot of these people that have channels. Some of them don't have channels. Some of them are just commenters, subscribers, and they don't even have, they don't show their face. They use a fake avatar. What I mean, not a fake avatar, but an avatar. They don't show their real self. And they're always talking shit about people's appearances and people's teeth. Their hair's missing. They're fat. They got a double chin. All this bullshit, but you don't know nothing about them. Then they want to come out calling people rippers or ropers. I don't know what the fuck those words they use. Oh, you support a rapist. You support this. You support a woman beater. You support this. You support that. But yet nobody's been convicted of any of that. You know what I mean? Getting arrested is one thing. Getting convicted is another thing. You know what I'm saying? So just like people say, oh yeah, this person was arrested for that, but he beat the charges. And then you don't go out saying, oh, yeah, but he's this, he's that, right? So what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? If you get arrested for something, yeah, okay, you got arrested for it. But if you beat it in court for whatever reason, if they found out, the judge dismissed charges because of what is it called, a 995 motion, or or lack of evidence, or he didn't bound it over to Superior Court for whatever reason, or somebody admitted they lied, whatever the hell it's about, or the jury acquits you, that's not on your record. So I don't give a shit about what you get arrested for. It's what happens in the aftermath of, was it a conviction? Was it acquittal? Was it a hung jury? Was it, you know what I'm saying? And most of the time when people, this is why in the Italian culture, as far as that, that lifestyle, Gotti would always say you don't take a deal, because you take a deal, it's a myth of guilt, right? And so just think about it. If you got a bunch of co-defendants, you and 5 guys are fighting a case, and you want to take a deal because you want to get out earlier, or it's a sweet deal, and it's, they're offering you 4 years when you could be looking at 20. You take it, you're admitting, hey, I'm guilty, but you gave me a great deal, so I took it. And how's that look for all the other guys that are fighting the case? They're 12 feet tall and bench press. Yeah, exactly. Tim Egan. What's up, Tim Egan? Exactly. You see that what Tim Egan said? Folks, he said they're 12 feet tall and bench 2,500 pounds. Exactly. And everything about their life is perfect. I mean, even after 30 years of marriage, their wife is still a 10. Just come on, man. They own property. They got this. They got that. You know what I'm saying? They got Harleys, they got cars, they got, like I said, property. They can take vacation whenever they want. Their wife's still a 10. They come from a family of got 28-inch arms. When anybody would believe any wise ass bull crap like that, Arnold Schwarzenegger had 22.5-inch arms, and he was considered the most at that time, the most well proportioned creature there was. Like the right arm, the bicep matched the left bicep. The right deltoid matched the left deltoid. His forearms were, both arms were proportional equally. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look, because if you look at a lot of people, one arm will look bigger than another arm. One leg will look bigger than the other leg, but yet you're still lifting the same amount of weight, right? All that type of stuff. But 27-inch arms, 28-inch arms, come on. Hulk Hogan used to brag that he had 24-inch pythons, but he really only had like 22s too. You know, but he was a big man because he was 6'7" at one time, between 300 and 330 pounds. So he looked huge, you know, and he was huge. But over the years, he shrunk. He's like 6'2" now because of surgeries and different things. He kind of walks hunched over, like hunched to one side a little bit. You know, but it's just all a bunch of bullshit. You got guys, you know, they're talking shit that they'll whip this person's ass and that person's ass, and they can just whip everybody. You know what I'm saying? This person's a bitch, that person's a bitch, this person's a punk, that person's a punk, this person's a weenie, that person's a weenie, this person's a coward, that person's a coward. You know, this person's a rat, that person's a flip-flopper, this one's a fucking this, that, and the other. But yet you've never seen them, you don't know nothing about them. As far as you know, they've been peeping toms and stalkers all their life. You know what I'm saying? And they work with the cops. They, you know, they're, like I mentioned in the video, they're head of the fucking the neighborhood watch. You know what I'm saying? They're on the fucking homeowners association telling people they park too far from the curb. You know what I'm saying? Next time it's gonna be a violation of their fucking agreement. You know what I'm saying? But they want to come on here and act like the street tough guys. You know what I'm saying? What's your thought on? I don't know about that dude, man. I mean, he's my people's, right? You know, I think he's got potential, but he needs to get with the program. You know what I mean? See, like Marky Mark said, how are you talking about prison and rats when you never even have been handcuffed? Yeah. Then you're talking about people being rats, but yet you're on here talking about, oh, I'll call the cops on you. I'll call the FBI. You know what I'm saying? And then say that, oh, I'm just warning people because this. I mean, come on, man. That's a bunch of bullshit. Straight bullshit. You're a fake ass YouTube character. Nothing more. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more. And I don't. And you know, now you're starting to see some people realize it, but about certain people. But it's like it was there all along, right in your face. How you didn't see it? You know what I'm saying? How you didn't see the flip flopping? And you know, I mean, we go on and on about certain people, and you know, in certain genres that just 1 minute this, 1 minute that, the next minute something else. You know what I'm saying? And then next week we're right back doing it all over again like a routine. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. But you know, it's right there for everybody to make their own to come to their own conclusions about some of these people. You know what I mean? Most everybody that knows us has dealt with us one way or other. If it's just watching us on the show, seeing us before we we started the No Fly Zone, seeing us on other shows. You know, some of you guys just see me here. I want to do a Big Lou. You know, you guys know our character. You know what we're about. You know, you guys can judge how we carry ourselves. You know what I mean? And then to go even further, there's a lot of cats that we talk to on the phone. You know, so you know that's a lot. It's a difference in the relationship wise. You know, as far as you know, when you're talking to each other on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And it just a lot of these folks just they're not for us. You know what I'm saying? Well, I just leave it like that. You know, anything can be said and they just believe it. It's strange. You know what I'm saying? It's strange. People give these coward content creators who hide behind exactly. Oh, Amanda's fighting tonight. Yeah, exactly what Carlos said right here. People are giving these people way too much credit to just hear one thing they say and just go off it. Oh, and then literally tell them too. Oh, thanks for telling us. Oh, thanks for telling me. I had no idea. But yet there's never been no proof of anything. Still to this day, no proof of anything that I gave any information about somebody's son or kids or whatever. Carlos was giving people's kids pictures of other people. It's all a bunch of bullshit. And you know who you are. You know that that's exactly what you are, is bullshit. Snaky ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you can say whatever you want because we're on the internet, but we both know, a lot of us know that if we were in person, it'd be a different story. And it ain't got nothing to do about being a tough guy, none of that shit. It basically just boils down to what's right is right and what's wrong is some whack ass shit. And that's what a lot of them people, a lot of those people are about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it ain't about being a tough guy. But if you're talking bad about me and my brothers, I'm definitely going to step up right to your mug and put you in your place. And if you want to take it further than that, then we'll take it there. You know what I mean? I must be an idiot. I'm sitting here watching and commenting on your other videos, and here you are live. LOL. I was just about to get off the phone. I got to get dinner made. Yeah, but thanks for stopping in, though. I appreciate it. But yeah, I want to figure out a way to I think I commented this to Jamie. I think about yeah, and I try not. Yeah, exactly. I try not to give into the drama, but sometimes though, I'll make comments and I'll come out and say, well, not make comments, but I'll come out and what I mean by that is like during a live, I'll say something towards something, and then I might drop a video about something. But yeah, I try not to like single no people out, even though I want to sometimes. But I just know that it's not. At the end of the day, it really ain't worth it because they're really cowards. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Uh, Look at this one. Laptop soldier, nigga, shut up. Wow. Man, you're a man. Get up out of here, sucker. Laptop soldier. Exactly. That's exactly what you is. Laptop soldier. Hey, what it do, Big Lou? Hope world's being good to you. Yes, sir. All day, every day. This is my dog, Tashanka Mark. Can you see her? Where you at? Yeah, there she is. And my nose is getting clogged up. I'll stick around for a few. Okay, cool. Well, what I was saying was I want to figure out a way, like through my email or something, to get some of the subscribers dogs and post them on my community page. Just dogs, though. Not you don't have to put yourself in the picture because I know some people don't want to be put out like that, which I get it, and that's not what I'm asking for. But maybe somehow, put the dogs, a little collage of the dogs and stuff. You know what I mean? Let's see. I've learned to not take this YouTube stuff seriously now. A lot of weak people who want to be liked and can't think for themselves. Yeah, exactly. They can't think for themselves. They're so weak that they got to go whatever the narrative is, and then they're scared to death to rock the boat. They're scared to death to say anything, even though deep down they know it's not truth being said, but they will not dare say anything against what the majority is saying on certain channels. You know what I mean? They just won't. That's human nature to want to say something, though. Yeah. Look how close she's. Yep, exactly. Look how close she's laying. Yep. No, she's beautiful. Gonna be gorgeous. Yeah, she's gonna be gorgeous. She's gonna be one of a kind. I think. She looks a lot like her mama. That's so. If you see the thumbnail, anybody that just came in shortly, the thumbnail is two dogs, two grown dogs, adult dogs. Those are my dog's parents, the father and the mother. And both their owners, I know both when I was in the pen. I was in prison with both their owners. So it kind of was like, not only was it perfect with the dog that I ended up getting, but it was perfect because, I know them both. And then now, we come from a similar struggle, and now I got one of their offsprings and, we're family now, you know what I'm saying? And, her mom just came in the heat again. So he's debating right now if he's going to breed her again this heat or wait to the next one. But if anybody's interested, he's going to be in Sacramento, California area. There's always a way to figure out how to do the shipping and all that with the dogs or halfway point or something. But if you get anybody's interested, you can hit me up or his Warren's Finest Kennels on Instagram. Yeah, Forever Forward, it's a mutt. How'd you know? Yeah, it's a mutt. But I said that already. She was a mutt. So what? I don't understand why you're putting that there now. When I already admitted she's a mutt. I'll take a pic of my Chihuahua. He showed up at my door a few months ago. He wasn't chipped, so I kept him. That's what's up. Cell soldiers have their day too eventually. Yeah. Choco, what's up, Choco? Nice dog, Bear Lou. Looking forward to the four-legged content. Yeah. Yeah, so I got man, believe it or not. Well, I mean, I know you guys will believe me when I say because it's nothing outrageous. It's nothing like far fetched. But I dropped a couple shorts of her, like maybe 4 or 5 different shorts, and I've already got like I probably got about 5,000 views, and I got about 15 subs out of it already. So you know what I mean? It's not a lot, but it's a lot to me, and it means a lot. So that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? This is my boy Yard Recall with Buzz. Buzz is also he's part of the bully community too. He's got a nice, I believe he's a tri chocolate. I think he's a tri chocolate, I think they call it. But he's an awesome dog too. He's got a nice little size to him. I think he's a standard, or he might be I think he's a standard. I sent my Buzz. I was trying to stay out of things. Mason sworn I seen wives and children getting drugged into things. Wives and children should always be off limits. Dishonorable to bring up a man's wife and children. Yeah, I think it's despicable to bring up wife and kids, especially a wife that's not even like involved with anything. I mean, I don't think it's cool either way. But even like what's been going on with like Vegas profile stories. Excuse me, that shit's a trip. It's just weird. That's why I don't put my kids on here. You know, there's been some things going on with the dog and the kids that I want to post it, but I don't because just you give people ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Lilac try. There you go. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. So Buzz is a lilac try. Yeah. So he's got like 3 different colors of like brown, basically. I got a picture of him too. He's a nice dog. But yeah, another thing that I don't like, Tashanka, is people that talk bad about the deceased. I think people once they're passed away, they can't defend themselves in no way, right? It's just their family or friends can defend them. I think that's some despicable shit too. Karma never forgets an address. Yay. Thank you, Tim, for doing that. We need more folks like you. I've gotten plenty of dogs and cats that way. Yeah, I think you just told me too in a message that you got a rescue, right? I think you said. Tap in and show some love. Yep, thanks. I appreciate it. That's true, Carlos. Very true. That karma does come around full circle. Yep, I believe so. Yeah, the dead are definitely off limits, no doubt. Absolutely, treat others how you want to be treated. Yep, exactly. That sounds so. What's that word people say? Cliche. Like it sounds so bland. So like a boring statement, I guess. But it's the honest truth. It's like something simple, something so simple to be said. Treat others how you want to be treated, but yet that's not the case. People just, they're just full of themselves, man. It's crazy. I've got both. Jamie the dog and my cat are good buddies. They like to roughhouse. That's a trip. A pit bull mix rescue. My daughter and her boyfriend brought. Yep, kids are off limits. Leave kids out of it. Exactly. They should be. Let's see. They should be. Jamie was man of honor. Women, children, and the dead are off limits. Yep. Respect is lost in this generation. Yeah, but look, yeah, you're right. But a lot of these people are older than us that are acting like freaking idiots. You got that one idiot. He's supposed to be in his 60s. You know what I mean? He says 50s, but he's really, I don't know. Either way, he's still older than me, and he acts like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? So it's just age. I don't even think it has nothing to do with it. It's just, I think, again, like the statement said earlier, like what was said here. Treat others how you want to be treated. But the one I say is like, what right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So if right is right and wrong is wrong doesn't mean nothing to you, then you're going to continue to engage and act the way you have been, saying with some of these people, and again, too, some of these cats will tell you one thing and then tell me something else, or say one thing on one show and then say something else on another show. So, like, for example, here, be on the channel with me saying, like, oh, yeah, 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 tell you everything you want to hear, right? And then go to another channel and then slam you. You know what I'm saying? Both pit bulls, it's all on how they're raised. Yeah, that's part of it too. That's a big part of it, but also is the temperament and the behavior of the parents. That makes a big difference too. So if you got good dogs that are, that it's going to be passed down generation to generation. Let's see. It sure changed, Carlos. However, I got out of prison in '94. I don't remember people arguing in prison like that. Somebody gets stabbed up, Argo ate each other once in a while, but not all that arguing. Yeah. No, I've never seen no shit like that in prison arguing. With my peoples, man, if you even cuss at another homeboy, you get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Let alone arguing. You ain't, how you gonna be sitting there on the tier or in the day room or in the yard arguing with your homeboys in the joint, and you got all these other group segments looking like, look at these fucking clowns. You know what I'm saying? It brings a bad look to your group segment, to your collective. If you're sitting there arguing like little kids, they just look at you. And that's why amongst my peoples, when we're in there, we're supposed to conduct ourselves in a professional manner at all times, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You could be anything you want and create the ultimate YouTube character. Yes, sir, no doubt, absolutely. I love pitties. I had one, but she was hit by a car in front of me 5 years ago. Still, ooh man, that happened to me too. I had a chow chow and I just gave him a bath. Actually, we had at the time we had a collie like Lassie. That was my mom's dog. The chow chow was mine and my sister's dog, and I had bathed one of them already. I bathed the chow chow. I did the collie first, then the chow chow, and he was laying down with me, and I was combing him out in the garage, and he seen a dog across the street, which I didn't even pick up on it, and he just ran out, and boom, he got hit, and he rolled about 10 feet and was knocked out like a coma, and we took him to the vet, and the vet was like, he suggested we put him down because he said that he could wake up and be all like retarded, or he could be, his leg was all not mangled, but it was twisted up from the injury. And then the vet said that would be the best thing, and that we did that. My friend got back her personal adopted penny mix. It was relinquished back to her, and the person that adopted her is from YouTube. Abused the dog. She's reactive now. She's being socialized. Okay, that's cool. I'd have PSD so bad over that. That's heartbreaking. Our pocket pit is chocolate brown with green. I didn't even know you had one. Sundown. I didn't know you had a pocket. I didn't know you had a bully. I agree with that. Should always be respected. And you're right. When someone can't voice of defense, there's no honor in bashing them. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you disrespect and try to clown and say bad things about somebody that's passed on? There's a classier way to do things, man. And that's just not it. They throw out words that in real time would get them. Hey, exactly. That's because they know can't nothing happen to them when they don't show really who they are. And on top of that, they're doing it on a social media platform. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I got 5 dogs, 2 wolves, 1 Doberman, 1 pocket, 1 Chihuahua, and 2 cats. All I seen was the 2 wolves. I never seen the Doberman or the Chihuahua. Oh yeah, I might have seen the Chihuahua, but I never seen the Doberman over the Dobie or the pocket. That's the golden rule: doing to others as you would have to do to. Yeah, exactly. It's the golden rule, but for some damn reason with these people, it's got lost in. You can't say lost in translation because it means the same thing no matter where you go. Obviously you got to break it into that language, but I just don't know, man. That's why it's like, me personally, I just rather not even deal with some people, man. They got no common sense. They got no type of respect. It's just I'd rather just deal with as least as possible, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They didn't even stop or nothing. I was in the middle. Yeah, I don't even remember the guy that hit my dog stopping either. It was a 280Z that hit him. I was about, oh man, I was in middle school, so I was about 12. I was about 12 years old when that happened. And we buried him in the backyard. Yeah, we buried him in the backyard, and then let me see, about maybe 8 months after that, we got Geronimo, which was that dog, that Chow Chow's name was Samson. He was a color like her, gray. He was a blue nose. He was a not a blue nose, but he was considered a blue Chow Chow. And then we got Geronimo, who was supposed to be a German Shepherd. We went and picked him out, the litter, and the mother was German Shepherd, and there were some puppies that were supposed to be a special dog. He was black, and there was like two puppies like that, two or three if I remember right, and then the rest of the puppies had the German Shepherd colors. But I think what happened was the dog, I think the female German Shepherd got knocked up by a couple different dogs, and so some of the puppies were German Shepherds, and some of them were mixed. And we happened to get one of the ones that were mixed because his ears never stood all the way up, and then his head widened out. Didn't look like a German Shepherd. And it happened on my channel, so I had to own it, right? Own it, make it right. Oh, I didn't read that. Let me see. I had to do one retraction of sorts. Someone made a comment about someone else, and I should have asked for a receipt on that. Smudging can cause a lot of damage too. Yeah. That's a crew. You've got Rick Riley. Yeah, Rick Riley is also known as Sundown. So if you guys ever see that video I did about Sundown, that's Rick Riley. I thought I hit a dog one night and I was freaking out. I got out looking for it and I couldn't find it. That happened to me one night. I'm on the freeway up to no good and I'm trying to go do something real fast before I had my dad's car, and I was trying to get there and back before he had to go to work. And I hit something. I didn't know. I thought it was a dog. The next day we go out to the wrecking yard to get the part for the car, and I see right where I hit, because I knew where the area, what spot it was at. It was a dead raccoon. And what happened was when I hit the raccoon, it busted a hole in the radiator. Let's see. My German Shepherd lab, pure parents, and had fur babies. And mine was black like daddy color and German Shepherd. GSD stands for what? German Shepherd? GSD. German Shepherd dog. Like mom. Yeah, so that's what we think the dog was mixed with. Either German Shepherd, or excuse me, either Labrador or Pit Bull. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks. For exactly in your conduct could get people killed. I mean, there's lies writing on how people carry themselves. Long fool can kick off some real ugly. Exactly. Look look. Savage Studio is an example, right? You know, some people say, you know, his mouth, this and that, you know, which I understand it because I heard him say some things about organizations that is a straight up no, right? But at the end of the day, you know, it still was fucked up what happened to him. You know. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so I never knew that, Sundown. I didn't know you had all the dogs. I just, like I said, I always seen the wolves. 2 wolves you got. What about that guy Lowell Street? What about that guy Lowell Street? What do you mean, Rich? What about that guy Lowell Street? Heard he got shot up about a month ago. I don't know who that is. Yep, words have meaning. Yeah, damn right they do. You can't just go around saying whatever you want about people, man. And fuck all that. Oh, it's freedom of speech. It's America. It don't work that way. I mean, yeah, you would think it works that way because you want to be a smart ass about shit, but no, it don't work that way. You can't just say whatever you want about people, people's loved ones, people's kids, people's wives, people's deceased family members. It don't work that way, man. People need to fucking really find out what the fuck. you know, and if it takes him getting smacked upside the head or getting a 2x4 upside the head like a hacksaw Jim Duggan, oh, hey, you know, you got it coming, man. You got to watch that mouth of yours. You know what I'm saying? You just can't say whatever you want to say, man. It doesn't work that way. I don't care. It doesn't work that way. Lowell Street from Montevilla, he wrote a book. Lowell Street from Montevilla. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that. I hit an owl one night. It flew down in front of me to get a frog off the road and poof. Wow. Damn, what's some shit? Let's see. What we got going here? Yeah, so anyways, it's one of the things, man. You know, some of these cats, man, they gotta, you know, I don't really like to tell people where to go, not to go. Like that's not my thing. But you know, and at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of people that got channels that are just all about drama, man. Just straight drama. They're all about lies. They're all about pushing a false narrative. You know, trying to discredit people as far as like their character. You know what I'm saying? Make up shit. You know, and then you got all these people that want to be, you know, come to your channel and be like, hey, what's up, brother? And like, come on, and you're gonna call me brother, but yet you're sitting there in multiple channels that are pushing multiple false narratives, and you're not saying shit about it. Like, I'm not saying that you should get into a confrontation with them, but at some point, let it be known, hey, I don't think Lou's like that. I don't think Carlos is like that. I don't think Nelson's like that. I don't think this person's like that. You know, but you don't get none of that, and then they want to use they want to try to act like, well, this or that or this. But I mean, damn, that happens every time they come on in all these different channels. So I'm glad a lot of these cats like don't fuck with me or us anymore, and I'm glad because they weren't like I said, they weren't for us anyways. Period. You know what I mean? Our channel for New Year 2023 is new content and direction, underground music. Okay, that's what's up. Does anybody got Sly 14 KT link? My pocket pit has green eyes with that chocolate brown color. He is beautiful. Yeah, that's cool. My dog got gray eyes. Like I never seen eyes like that. It's a trip. So when you see some of these eyes, the dog's eyes too. That's considered a diluted gene too. Like when you see the dogs with like two different color eyes. You ever seen the ones that have like a blue eye and a brown eye, or a blue eye and a green eye? They're all diluted traits because they say the eye color, the nose colors, and the nose colors, the eye color, and the fur color is I forgot exactly the term of it, but it's obviously it's genetics and all that, but it's that's I forgot exactly what it's called, but that's what determines the colors. You know what I mean? So anyways, like I said, those two channels, Q, you know, I'll type it in there right now. It's called QBNK is one channel, and he has like 14 dogs, 14 bullies. He got a couple badass males. One's called Fireball, and he's a classic. He's the smallest dog he's got, but he's still like they use this dog to like breed with big females, like XL females, but they use this male to correct a lot of the like flaws in the female, and he breaks down everything that's got to do with American bullies, breeding them, feeding them, everything. And then the other one is called and he does this, that one I'm putting now, QBNK. They do he does lives in English and in Spanish. Um so it's a trip because I watch the Spanish ones too. And then the other channel I watch is called Fit Bully TV. And again, same thing with him. Same thing with him. He breaks down everything too. Um, but he's not really into it for the he's into it for the correction of like the bone structure and the he likes to correct things too, but he does it his more on a his is more his is more, how would I say it, like he has like a vision, a 5-year vision of things and stuff like that. But he jeez he he does different things, so you got to watch it. But he likes his dogs to be uh active dogs. That's why it's called fit bully. So he don't really trip on the size, like some people want mass. The bigger the dog, he wants a dog 80 good at 75 80 pound dog that can move around. He does a lot of bite work with the dogs. He does a lot of different exercises with the dogs. Damn, I hate. Don't you just hate when they put you in a group chat or group text and just your phone's just ding 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 ding, like right now you guys heard it beep like 8 times, and not one of those messages is me or me. Just got home. What's up, everyone? Big Lou. Yeah, I was saying, Lucky, put your drop your link in it, so anybody that's not sub to it already can sub to it. Yeah, I mentioned them the other day just as an example of how bad things can go, but at the same time, I said my deepest condolences. Yeah, exactly. I heard that. You're talking about Savage, right? I think that's what you're talking about. You see the different colored eyes a lot with huskies. Yeah, my brother has a husky. My brother has a husky. He's a big old fucker too, and his name is Kodo. They named him after Miguel Kodo. But that's another thing that you brought that up now, Tim Egan. It reminded me that I want my dogs, this dog to be I want her to be good with dogs, like with all, especially all the family dogs and stuff. My brother has a couple dogs. Um, my sister has 3 Frenchies. My son has another blue nose. So I want her to be good with all the dogs. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be protective of the kids and stuff like that, but I want her to be a friendly dog. You know what I mean? Uh, but I'm really highly thinking about sending her to bicycle though, when the time comes, when she's old enough. Um, because I just think, I don't know. We'll see by the time when she gets a little older, but maybe we'll do it with one of her sons or her daughters later. I don't know. We'll see. But it's definitely maybe in my plans. Let's see. LOL. Some of the best lessons that took and never needed to be repeated that I've received in life have been serious ass whooping. And when that's happened, I knew I had it coming and learned from it. Yep. Yep. I would agree. Yeah. There's Lucky Locals link. Anybody that hasn't already subscribed to him, check him out. Uh, yeah, exactly. Tim Egan, that's the best way. Um, yeah, I never was into that shit, man. I had some homeboys when we were younger that they used to like to bring their dog over and try to get me to fight my dog Rojo with theirs, and I'm like, dude, I go, no, man. I go, that ain't my thing, man. I go, that's not my thing, and my dog looks too nice to be getting scars, and not to mention, I don't want him to hurt your dog. You know what I mean? Because I seen what he could do, and it's just not my thing, man. I don't understand. That's like you fighting your kid. You take your kid somewhere to go fight some other kid, and at the same time they're putting marks on each other, like scars. That's a bad look, man. That's a very bad look. I don't like that. It's not. I'm not into that shit. Do I have the link? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. Let me drop it. Let's see. Okay, I just dropped that one. And I'm gonna drop the other one now. Fit Bully TV. All right, I just dropped 2 links to the channels that I watch. QB and Kennel, and then the other one is Fit Bully TV. You guys are in the well, and there's another channel. Let me find another one too, because this one he works with all kinds of dogs. He trains them to bite school, but he just trains. He's got a bunch of different dogs he trains. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's called. Something Iron Sharp. Iron Sharp, I believe it's called, something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. And this guy too, his name's Stan. He'll give you like if you have any questions for him, he'll answer the questions. And he works with Fit Bully TV. So I just dropped that one. It's called Iron Sharp Canine Training, and he works with Fit Bully TV. They do a lot of videos together. They'll see each other on each other's channels. But he has German Shepherds. He has that Malinois, however you pronounce it right, Malinois. He has he does work with like I'm not really sure what that other kind of dog is, but he does a lot of work with a lot of dogs on his channel. You see Rooster fighting at 8, and 8 cried. And 8 cried. Wow. What happened there? What did Rich say? What the hell? Oh, okay, never mind. Wrong phone. Yeah, my bro dad has 40-pound hitters, and the Tongans that live next door would always want to fight their 80-pound pit against his game dog, and he would say, "Nah, he didn't want that dog did." Yeah, that's yeah. It's just, and keep in mind too, like my dog, he had all his shots. The things you're supposed to do, but other people don't do that with their dogs. But he had his ears done. That costs money, right? He caught parvo. I paid like $700 to save him. You know what I mean? All that stuff costs money. So when you have money invested in your dog, it makes you want to take more care of your dog. I think, oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, I better get my ass in the house. So you know what I mean? But anyways, that's why when you see most of the pit bulls, bullies, dogs you see that are in the pound, like you don't see them with their ears cropped and stuff. Usually they have the floppy ears. They probably got the dog for $100 or free. They don't have as much interest in take care of the dog, like compared to somebody that spends on their dog. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is. You know what I mean? Awesome. I had one female pit attack my German Shepherd Alaskan Malamute, and she let her defend herself. Owner let her loose and blamed me for his stupidity. Yes, cost money, absolutely. Yep. Rooster fighting is crazy, especially the Chinese ones with the razor blades. Shit. Yeah, it's big. Rooster fighting is big in Mexico. It's big in the Filipinos, in Philippines, and the Filipino community culture. And in Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans here, they fight roosters too. You know what I mean? I got a homeboy. He's Puerto Rican, and he has on his back. He has a pattern that's roosters fighting on his back. Man, it's getting real windy now, and it's starting to rain. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I got to get in the house. I gotta check on the kids. I brought her. I came out to do the live, but I brought her out to use the bathroom. I'm trying to be on top of it so she don't pee, in the house. But I'm still working with that. She's only been in the house a couple nights, so I really don't expect her to get it overnight. But the better I can get her outside when she's sleeping and get her outside to use the bathroom, better it's gonna be. But I think I have a crate for her, so I'm gonna start putting her in the crate at night, and then getting her used to coming, go straight outside and use the bathroom when I take her out, and see if that'll help some. You know what I mean? So we'll see. She's a smart dog, so I know she's gonna get it. You know what I mean? So it's raining here, so that's Yakima, Washington. You know what I mean? Choco tapping out. All right, brother. I appreciate everybody stopping in. I hate stopping in right now with 16 people here, but the kids are probably hungry, and I want to get them fed and stuff. So and get her inside because she's getting used to being inside. And it's like when we go back home, when we go, head back that way. That's the only time she leaves my side and goes a little ahead of me is when she knows she's going back in the house. So because she's like looking forward to it, I guess. You know what I mean? But she's a good dog, man. I'm really happy with her. Look, she's been right here the whole time with me, and there's been dogs walking around like not too far, a lot of people, and she don't get out of character. Like she don't act crazy. She just stays right by me. So those are all pluses this dog has, behavioral wise and character wise and temperament wise. She's awesome. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I got her. Emergency puppy pad and kennel. Yeah, I got the pads already. But I know that if she's in the crate, she won't pee or shit in there for sure because most dogs don't pee and shit where they lay. You know what I'm saying? They just, unless you just leave them in there forever, of course they're gonna go then. But you know, it'll make it easier that way. But yeah, I appreciate that little bit of that advice. Slide 14. I appreciate that. But I'll stay on while I walk back to the house. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take her around right here. That way, I'm gonna give her a little bit of attention. So yeah, I appreciate everybody. We get a little hour and 30-minute video. I appreciate everybody engaging in the conversation and commenting. And I appreciate everybody for coming. And I appreciate everybody that watches this later once it's uploaded by YouTube. And yeah, so that being said, everybody have a blessed remainder of your Saturday and also your weekend. And then I'll be right back to work on Monday. See, I was talking about how YouTube beef can lead to people dying, especially when you're involved in other organizations. But my heart breaks for both men's families. One's gone, one's going to do some time. Yeah, that's what it is. I just checked, and I'm already sub to Lucky Local. Okay, cool. It's a lose-lose for both men and their family. Yep, absolutely. But the part about it is that the kids, man, all right, Rich, peace out, brother. The thing is that, the kids suffer, man. He just had a baby not too long ago. He's probably about 2 years old now. He's going to be raised, he's either not going to have a dad or he's going to be raised by somebody else. And it's going to be tough for the kid either way. You know what I'm saying? And then who knows how many kids the other guy who, allegedly committed the offense, but it is what it is, man. And it's just one of those things. So, it's all, like with everything in life, you learn from situations, you learn from other people, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, like Tashanka, me, Carlos, a lot of other people come on here and we say what we've been through to deter kids and young men and even older guys like me. The light bulb didn't go off for me till I was 39. I already had 5 prison terms and 4 numbers and wasted over a decade of my life in that place. So, it's never too late, but let's try to get these people to change their way of thinking as a younger person. You know what I'm saying? But we tell our mistakes and from our life experiences and stuff like that to keep others from continuing to make those poor choices. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best way I can put it. So yeah, I appreciate everybody. Jamie's got to go get dinner going. I put out the turkey earlier. We're gonna have turkey for dinner today, and I put it out earlier to thaw it out. So looking forward to all that. But I appreciate everybody again. And I know I mentioned this a few days ago about getting lives more often, and I'm gonna do my best this week to put out at least 2 lives a week, if not 3, and continue to drop the videos. Oh, also I'm gonna do a little video on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Leaping Lenny Poffo, aka the Genius, aka Randy Savage's brother. He passed away 2 days ago on the 2nd. Only 60, 61, 62 years old. Still young. So I don't know what happened there. I guess we'll find out. But now it's starting to rain. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Appreciate everybody. Big Lou tapping out.